factual foundation. Or he, like, just thinks this, and he's just very unintelligent. No offense, but, like, you know, part of the job of being a large political streamer, you should need to have common sense. This is not a reasonable, defensible point. But it just feels bizarre. You know, it just feels very bizarre.
We have
to have these takes that are wholly illogical and to not care.
We have to go to the nether at some point so we can get some fucking blaze rods. So we can use the fucking blaze powder to fucking make Eyes of Ender, so we can find a fucking stronghold, and then fucking fuck the Ender Dragon's pussy. So that's what we're gonna fucking work on tonight, bitch.
Care whatsoever about, like, the reality around you. It feels the same as, like, non-trans affirming people. Like, people who are transphobic have the same, like, I think, unnatural, like, logic. It just seems more about the in-group that they can pander to rather than the reality of the situation. And I think that one of the things that makes a person very strong is the ability to say difficult things in a respectful manner, and the ability to do the difficult things in society that need to be done. And right now, having logical conversations that aren't trans invalidating, like being respectful about the presentation that trans women shouldn't compete in sports, that's a hard thing to do, and I don't think that Hassan can do it. I don't think he has interest in doing it. I think he has more of an interest of pandering to the in-group of, like, online leftists, not trans people, because there are trans leftists who buy this narrative, but I don't think that most trans people care or even affirm this narrative, because they're still worried about getting the resources necessary to become what you would consider more passable in society. This is kind of a non-issue, I think, for trans people. I don't think most trans people give a singular fuck, because we're not even close to that point yet. And this feels like a lot of people, who a lot of which are trans, are taking this issue and they're virtue signaling over it in order to appear like they are trans affirming, when this doesn't do anything positive for the trans conversation, other than, I think what Destiny said, is it's just going to create, like, a boiling pot that's going to overflow and create more transphobia. Because now we're at a point where we're just denying objective truths, like trans women tend to have biological advantages to cis women, you know, within the context of them going through male puberty and et cetera. And so this is just not a good, it's just not a good narrative.
That's the take.
Hormone therapy, all this stuff, all of it's very natural. You know, taking puberty blockers or like hormone blockers, taking all this stuff, perfectly natural. None of these folks get it.
What is funny, though, is if you look, this is actually very funny, if you look at powerlifting, there are really a lot of powerlifting, there are like, we call it natural versus, like, not natural sport, competitions. The natural competitions are people not taking steroids, and the non-natural ones, they don't call them non-natural, but those are the ones where you can take steroids. So, like, even within definitionally, we've used these terms before. It's not natural to go on, like, some kind of performance, to go on something, you know, it's a performance-enhancing drug. I know that that's not what hormone therapy is called, because it's not to enhance your performance, per se. It's to, you know, obviously change, you know, to be present more in the way that you align with. We've always kind of called the taking of outside substances as not natural.
So, man, when someone says, hey, this thing is unethical, it's not fair, it's not right, you get mad. It's fascinating to watch from the outside looking in, because you realize how disconnected the online world is from reality.
That's true.
Reality is like, yeah, that's just not right. You ask these people living in, like, little lefty bubbles on their fucking online platforms, on Twitter and some shit like that, and they're going to be convinced that this shit makes sense. There's a reason why most of the public is completely against it. But these people,
this is true.
They make no sense. You really said that transitioning is natural. It's not. I'm not saying that this Jennifer's voice is natural. That's what I'm talking about. Transitioning is not natural.
It's like saying that taking steroids is natural. It's not.
That's what trans men have to do.
Wanting to be big. I mean, that's fair. It's a feeling that you have. It's there. It's there. Valid as fuck. The real thing. But that's not the definition of what natural is.
You know, some dude, I think his name's Derek. He does this channel called More Plates, More Dates.
I want to actually watch this video, the More Plates, More Dates video on this.
Basically talks about, like, people's cycles, what they use, how they get bigger.
Yeah.
So he's breaking this down.
Yeah.
And he was explaining that Leah Thomas, when she had a transition for, like, the 12 months beforehand, the levels that she had to reach for her test levels, okay, like the middle levels that she had to reach, were like 6 times higher than what the average cis woman has to reach. Meaning, even when she meets the threshold that the governing body set up, it literally makes no sense, because it's still 6 times higher than what women have to do. And even the testing thing, you know how you sign up for UFC, it's like super strict, they come watch the whole process. With this one, it's loosey-goosey. So you can cheat it super reason. There is very little oversight when it comes to it. He was explaining the whole thing because he breaks it down. He breaks down the milliliters and he understands the science. And I was just like, damn. I thought this shit was black science. It's not. You know how long they have been doing
Hey, listen, hot take, okay? I said this earlier in the stream, but that word is very progressive because it's gender neutral. If you really think about it. So, you know what I mean? Like a gender neutral term. I call everybody brother, but there historically has been a gender assigned to that word. I try to just use it gender neutrally, but if we could say that, it might solve problems. It also might create other problems, but you know, yeah, that's yeah, okay. I'm gonna move on from this point.
Bring down their hormone levels.
Obviously,
That means they train their entire lives, from teenage puberty, all that stuff, one gender. Get all the benefits of the recovery of testosterone, all this stuff, being a male. And then they transitioned. They don't have to remove the surgery, meaning their testes are still producing. Do you understand? And they think this shit's equal.
I only answer that one.
I learned some stuff, like in terms of like the actual technical breakdown, that really fascinated me because I was like, it's like that.
This subject is really getting to you.
What you mean?
Oh, we've been talking about this stuff.
To me, it's like,
see, that's what I mean. Like I feel like Ab is like really into this. I don't even know if it's just I think it's more about the Destiny part because I think him and Destiny are like friends. I've seen him chat with Destiny before. I think that's why he's taking it so personally. Preach is like agreeing with him, but he's like he's not invested in it. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing with me and my wife. Like I'll talk about something and like she agrees with me, but she's not invested in it.
you know, about the whole sports thing now, it's like about everything else around you. You know what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers are getting banned for just saying the truth. Yeah, so now it's just like it's another thing. You get what I'm saying?
Lung capacity is actually mostly related to height, and like Ashley said earlier, is only really important for super high endurance sports. You know, when it comes to lung capacity and bone density, it's not, unless you're talking about super endurance sports, it's never going to be the limiting factor.
What about height?
Hey, you can have tall women.
You can have tall women. It's not about whether you can or can't have tall women. It's about there is a disproportionately higher representation of taller women as trans people. And there's just no logical, we're never going to create sports teams based on height or hormone level or et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't exist. When we talk about sports, we're looking for the most genetically appealing person in male sports, and then women in women's sports, because women can never compete with men. And so now the conversation is like, oh, is it going to ruin sports for cis women if we allow trans women? But yeah, no, we can never. You're never going to be able to create a basketball league that's going to be like, let's do this based on height. No one. It's just not going to. Nobody's going to give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. We have to understand that the way that we conduct sports is like a social construct, and we have to also.
I'm actually quite curious to see how long it'll take us to find another fortress, because we're in a very weird spot in the Nether for some reason. So I'm going to try and prepare the best that I can before I go. I'm just going to get more food, and then I should be good. Or maybe get a bow and some arrows, maybe, for the fucking ghasts, because I know those will fuck my cunt. And it won't be a good thing. It will be a very nasty thing, and I won't like it. In fact, I would hate that. The last time I went to the Nether, I only brought 9 blocks of obsidian. And I was just stuck there, so I had to fucking die. And it was bad. I like to play YouTube videos on the stream because I feel like it's just more entertainment for other people, and I want to be an entertaining guy, so there you go. I want to be a boring Bill. I want to be a laughing Larry, you know? That's how it is in my hole. Let us grab food. Let us grab food. Because we're inevitably going to be hungry. And we need to have a full ass stomach when we need to take on the Ender Dragon. Don't let the dragon drag on. Boop boop doo. Boop boop doo. Boop boop doo. Let's fucking go. And now we need some sticks. Boop boop doo. We already had sticks. I was just dumb. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I'm proud to be right back in my hometown with my new family. There's old friends and new friends and even a bear. Through good times and bad times, it's true love we share. Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face, and he's shining a salute to the American race. Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on its face, and is shining a salute to the American race. American Daddy. What a show. Good morning, USA. I've got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. I don't like to sing, so consider yourselves lucky. I feel like I have a weird singing voice because I have a monotone voice in general. So it's like, how can a monotone man like me sing from my pipes? My deep pipes. Yes. Oh God. I knew I was forgetting something. I need flint and steel. What am I thinking, dog? What am I thinking? Silly me. Let's tango. Let's tango. What do you want from me, guy? Where are you? Where? Where this pussy bitch ass motherfucker? Yo. That's what my dad said to me before he left to grab milk forever. And didn't come back and left me with abandonment issues to deal with for 50 years. I'm like 400 years old, but I'm actually 12. Neither of those are right. Do you even have a mom? Do you even have a dad? Do you even have a stepbrother? Do you even make stepsister porn, weirdo? What are you, weird? Now, before I am stupid and forget a flint and steel, let's actually make them. That was nasty. Ew. I'm glad no one watched that. Like a ravenous motherfucking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yum. That's nummies. You change your mind like a girl, change clothes. You're hot and you're cold. You're yes and you're no. You're in and you're out. Like my dad with his clout. Is this another fortress? Please be a new one at least. I think it is, maybe. Please. Please. Please, Notch. Please, Notch. Let it be a new one. Naughty boy. Naughty boy. Naughty boy, naughty boy, naughty boy, naughty boy, naughty boy. I'm saying naughty boy. Okay? Chill. Not obviously the other word. Which is penis and cocks. Ooh, a double chest. Ooh, I got wet. This adventure is making my pussy moist. Hell yeah. That's what I call treasure, motherfucker. Boop, boop, dang. Now. Let's do something about this cunt. Dee, dee, dee. Dee, 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 dee. Winner takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill, last one to fall. Never sacrifice the will. I'll never look back on the world losing end. Only tell your ways in the wind. Oh, the games will begin. Ding, ding. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. And it's ours for the taking. It's ours for the fight. Don't ever look back. Morty. I'm gonna actually turn on the volume. That should entertain you guys. How far out is this nether, baby? I wonder how far out this nether is. You have a dirty mind. What do you think I'm doing? Who the fuck is DeFalco? I don't understand. You interrupted me. I was like bored. What the fuck? I'm trying to find some fucking blaze rods right now. Okay. Thanks for throwing me off, god damn it. I'm gonna burn down my house now. Oh my god. I'm trying to get somewhere. Maybe. That's how I could move out of Naples and into a psych ward. That would be a comfortable place to be. I need to get out of this area because I hate seeing it all the time. There we go. We just had to believe. Okay. There we go. Okay. I think there's a way to fucking get out of here if I don't die. Hopefully there's an opening up there. There's a lot of fucking gold I can get though, and I think I'm gonna get that. Whew. Where did the gold go? Oh, over here. There we fucking go. At least that's something. I didn't even send that stream out this time. The squallies. Oh, that's actually a lot of gold. We're swimming in it. Okay. Oh my god, look at how far it goes. That's crazy. This is a weird biome, dude. We're literally exploring all this stream. Finally. I don't like that. You know there's a dangerous place to be. It is too quiet in here right now. At least we made it to a different biome. Oh man. We found a fucking nether fortress. Finally, dudes. We did it. We fucking did it. Now we can get nether warts too. Oh man, my life is almost complete. We did it. We actually fucking did it, boys. And we found a blaze rod. That's what we need. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. That sucks so bad, dude. What the fuck? That literally didn't happen. I'm not accepting that happened. What the fuck was that? That was such bullshit, dude. Welp, at least I still have... How do I make a fucking fire resistance potion? Oh my god, that is so fucking annoying, dude. I'm gonna have to look all over again for like an hour. That's gonna be fucking fun. This is gonna be the part of Minecraft I hate, but I'm gonna have to do it. And I'm gonna have to get butt fucked by something I don't know that's gonna be behind me. And then that's gonna be my life for eternity. I need golden apples, like yesterday, if I'm ever gonna be able to do this. And there goes 16 blocks of fucking gold to the fucking wither skeleton. I hate that shit. With a burning passion, do I hate it. It is the worst thing imaginable to do stuff like that to me. Like, Jesus fuck. Now I'm gonna have to get all 9 obsidian blocks again. I'm gonna have to make a fucking new diamond axe. Just kill me already, dude. Like, why the fuck would you put shit like that in the fucking game? I forgot that shit even existed. That's how useless it is to me. Like, I know they're supposed to drop heads, but is that it? Like, what else do they, what purpose do they serve other than to just be annoying? It doesn't make any sense to me. I guess they're like the phantoms of the nether, you know? Which is awesome. Because we all know I love phantoms. And phantoms are a retarded mob too. I don't know why they're in the game. Like, goddamn, dude, what the fuck? I can't wait until I don't have to do this anymore. And that's been most of my life, pretty much. So it's not a surprise that translates over to gaming. This time I'm getting fucking bread because carrots suck as food, apparently. And now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get the new obsidian and all that bullshit. Oh my god, this is horrible. I'm just glad I have my fucking ender pearls. That is the most annoying shit anyone can ever go through in their fucking lives, I swear. Fuck that nonsense. I fucking loathe it. There, I'm glad I'm hearing skeletons die now. I hate them existing anyway. Skeleton can fucking die. Okay. How many times have I fucking failed at this mission? Like, can I succeed at this once game? Can you, like, have mercy on me for once in my existence so I can beat the fucking Ender Dragon? We're having a heart-to-heart right now, game. I've never beaten the fucking Ender Dragon before, which is your fucking final boss, because I die over bullshit like that. So if you can stop doing that so I can finally fucking beat your ass after 11 fucking years, I would fucking love that game. Thank you. Like, that is the internal fucking struggle. I'm literally just gonna keep doing it until I win, game. So you might as well just quit fucking killing me. Whatever. We'll do it again! Because I am insane. The game wants me to be insane. Oh my god. This time I'm making a fucking shield too. I'm not joking around this time. I'm not doing this shit again. I'm really not. Okay, golden apple, so we don't get Skeletored to death again by some random fucking bullshit. Bucket of milk maybe. To reverse any effects. I do not trust the Nether at all anymore. Like I ever did. We're loading up this time. I'm literally not joking around anymore. better come back from this place with 12, with a stack of blazer on now. I don't care. Fucking... Just eat the fucking food. My god. There we go. Like, why doesn't it register the food sometimes? It's annoying. Fuck out of here. Good. Die. Jesus. Calm down, game. Okay, good. We found another nether fortress. That actually wasn't that bad. Now let's heal up. Fuck you. This game just keeps on throwing me shit, but I'm just beating it back now. Okay, I need to watch out for those fuckers too. Keep that in mind now. And just in case you come alive, you're dead now. Dang, they're feisty tonight. This game is wildin'. Jesus. If I have to kill everything in this fortress, I will now. You got a skull, actually. Oh my god. There's so much fire. What is even going on there right now? This little guy needs to go. And now, I just got a brain idea. Hello. I'm gonna plug that hole up right now. Fuck these guys. You have to be fucking me right now. You literally have to be insane game. No, I'm not doing that again. I'm literally not doing that again tonight. That's it. We're done. The Nether literally can't be explored right now. What the fuck, dude? I'm actually so done. I just wanted one thing, guys. One thing. I should have just fucking left right there. I should have just fucking left. I don't care. I literally should have just fucking left. Fuck that shit, dude. That is so fucking dumb. I hate fucking wither skeletons with a fucking burning passion. I hope they all burn in hell. That was fun. I love dying over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, just burning in lava and not really completing any fucking objective that I really wanted to fucking do game, like I was complaining about last time. What the fuck? I hate this game sometimes, dude. Like, come on. That is so fucked up. I'm literally not even kidding right now. That's actually so fucked up, dude. Each and every time it's like that. It's literally like that. So now you know my fucking problem. So if you can fucking help me out with goddamn motherfucking Minecraft and fucking beating it so I don't have to keep playing it and dying all the time, let me fucking know. I hate this shit. Like, goddamn, dude. Every fucking time. To the T, it's always some bullshit like that. And you have to spend ages preparing for what? Nothing. And I literally don't even have enough materials to fucking attempt the goddamn thing again. So fuck that. I'm not doing it again right now. That is such fucking horseshit, dude. I am sorry. Like, I can't explain how bullshit this game can fucking be sometimes, dude. Shit like that is awesome. I love it whenever that stuff happens. I need to... Like, there has to be, like, some other people that have the same problems I do. You know? Like, it can't just be me. I need to turn it to easy. Fuck normal, dude. I'm not doing that shit. I literally just want to beat this fucking game at the end of the day, too. The game just makes it fucking impossible to fucking beat. Like, goddamn game. Give me the fucking chance to beat you. I just want to go to the fucking end. Which is... shouldn't be this hard for anyone to do, really. Honestly. It's just annoying at this point. Just trying to do it over and over and over again. It's just fucking annoying. Sorry. But it is. Like, how many times do I have to repeat, okay, so I have to go here to get the fucking blazer on to get the IM ender, and then it never fucking happens? You know? Because I keep dying because of some bullshit? What the fuck? I guess that's a fun game, though. I don't know. People are weird. Great. Now I don't even have enough diamonds to, like, make a fucking pickaxe that I need. Which is awesome. So I'm gonna have to fucking mine diamonds literally back to square zero now. Which is fine. God, I hate this game sometimes. I just want this game to die. Forget that for now. I'm not dealing with all that fucking nether horse shit. I'd literally rather do anything else in the game than do all that fucking bullshit, TBH. Like, fuck me, dude. I hate the thought of having to do all of that for like 5 times over until I actually get it right. And not die and just get the fuck out of there. My fucking god, I hate this shit. I literally just wanted to fucking find a fucking fortress, dude. You know? And not having to be assailed by shit all the fucking time. Game. It's just fucking annoying nonsense to deal with each and every day in this fucking game. we'll work on the bridge because that's relaxing.
You say, like, nobody cares to do like a height, this, that, the other thing. It's just not relevant to like basketball. People are just not going to go for it. So when it comes down to the application, it's like, okay, well, we can create men's and women's leagues, male and female leagues, right? So yeah, that's just not going to happen. Ideally, sure, we can do all these things. I don't think that you can ever truly account. Because a tall woman and a tall trans woman, I'm pretty sure the trans woman is still going to win out. But like we can't create like 15,000 different leagues. It's not powerlifting, okay? Powerlifting, I know a lot of you are upset, is not entertaining to watch, okay? And only like 3 people in the powerlifting community make money exclusively from being powerlifters. It is more of a hobby than a sport. I think it's phenomenal. I'm not shitting on it, but every single powerlifter knows that. It's like, yeah, you can't really thrive off of sponsorships alone. Usually they have other jobs, working at a gym or something in those capacities. But like that's the thing. And so like if that's what you want basketball to be, where like nobody can actually make a living doing it, I doubt that basketball is even going to really exist anymore. Powerlifting is very different. It's really just about a lot of people getting together trying to be really strong, and then some of them create part-time jobs around it. You could say. So just saying.
But hey, what about you can call it? When I watch people saying they want to eliminate female spaces, they don't care if they take the spot of somebody. If you were 17th, well, fuck you then, because you weren't even good enough to make the top 16 to make it to the league. So for a trans woman,
what about weight classes? Sure, we could operate basketball with a weight class. It's just not going to happen, right? But even in weight classes with boxing, if you have a trans woman and a cis woman with the same weight class in boxing, the trans woman's probably still going to win. I mean, what happened with that one UFC fighter that trans woman like cracked the fucking skull of the other girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to be able to control for everything specifically. That's the thing, right?
it just fascinates me how quickly
and also that's like a contact sport where people can get involved. So is football, but we've created the weight divisions there in Vegas be more fair, and we can totally do that in football. But in football, like if you're the lighter guy, instead of being like a linebacker, you're like a fucking whatever thrower. I'm not a sports guy. I'm not fun. But you get my point. You get my point. Okay. And also you see like a higher representation of different classes in sports that are very short. Like boxing is short. Like usually a boxing match is not quite as intricate as like a football game where there's multiple players, etc.
the power for being supported women to fuck women. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember for the last 5-6 years, everything was about women's issues. So I think basically female, and then trans women came over, and now it's just about trans women exclusively, like female issues.
So basically, it comes down to this: if you're for trans right, you're misogynistic.
And it always circles back to the same thing, because you're always a trans woman.
Always.
I'm like, hey guys, the sides are really bad, but you guys say trans women.
Yeah, their weight classes in basketball would be odd because different positions generally require different sizes. Yeah, so like those team sports are generally more flexible. We're just probably never going to see weight classes in team sports. I don't think any could, but I don't think anybody wants to go that direction. So you have the choice of include trans women in women's sports and allow them to dominate, or you don't. And it's unfortunate.
If you question, trans women.
Like I was compared to like
Yo, like example, what Will Smith did was wrong. What Chris Rock did was wrong.
you're the word to shut it all down.
Shut it down. And with racism, we've been through that, so that's why I'm not faced. It's gonna calm down. It'll come around.
Who would watch short football? I guess that's true. Well, that's the thing too. Like boxing, you have like lightweights versus heavyweights. So not versus each other, but lightweights tend to just play differently. I guess. I mean, I guess it would be the same thing in like basketball or football, but it would be boring.
Or not.
Yeah. I'll leave the debate in the description below. So you have to go watch how crazy it is, how like delusional some of these people are. They're just making shit up. At one point, one of them brings something up. They go like, yeah, these are someone's like, all right, well, listen, if you feel as though we're all trans men for each other, since you feel like you're trans, you guys can. Why aren't the trans men competing at the level? And you know what she did? She brings up Max Banks. He was a wrestler who was competing against with. So I'm like, where? Max Banks is a female, one female, who's transitioning, competing against women, and taking testosterone. Max Banks is like 78 and 40.
So basically, he's taking the story.
So I think that the person was trying to make like analysis that trans men can be good too versus men, but it was a trans man transition, like when you break it down like that, it feels transphobic. But we know that, like, yeah, like those transitioning drugs, that affirming care, which is a good thing for them to have, doubles as a steroid. You know what I mean?
U.S. Trinity wrestler Matt Beggs is a champion once again. Today, in a dramatic finish, the transgender athlete defended his state title. It has been a long and controversial road for the senior. As music Matt Howerton shows us, he's now focused on college and closing this chapter for good.
I see you still haven't upgraded from a simple blood browser. Switch to Opera GX, the first browser built for gamers. Match your set of colors with specially designed themes, wallpapers, and RGB integration. Get rid of FPS drops with built-in RAM and CPU boosters. Keep an eye on the most exciting game releases. Never miss the best deals on free games with GX Game Corner. Stay connected with integrated Twitch, Discord, and Messenger.
When their hands were raised, students who won state wrestling titles met with thunderous applause, except for Mac Banks.
I don't care. That match, I've given all that match. Put me in front of anybody, I will wrestle you.
Banks, transgender wrestling from English Trinity, closed out his high school career Saturday with a second straight state title. In the final seconds of his match, he avoided a possible pinfall to win by decision. People booed his success.
Every time like, I look at comments or people saying the same thing, they're sitting there saying steroids. I mean, it just comes down to technique and who has the most heart.
Last year, a parent went to court to keep Banks from wrestling in the female division. If you didn't know, Banks is transitioning from a boy to a boy and takes testosterone. But it isn't against the rules because it's sanctioned by a doctor. And UIL policy says Banks must wrestle girls because that's what his birth certificate says he is. It's a controversy.
I wonder if a trans man plays against cis men that aren't on steroids. How would that work?
Banks will leave behind when he heads to college. He's hoping to wrestle out of state on a scholarship, and the NCAA will let him compete with men. But he's also training for something bigger.
My focus is now to go not just to NCAA, but go to the Olympics, straight to the Olympics.
Parents told us Banks should have been wrestling boys all along or not wrestling at all. UIL officials have said publicly that they never got an official request from Banks or his school to wrestle boys. That's his family content.
That's kind of shitty. You think that they just like, fuck it, let's just do our best to dominate? That's fucked up.
Simply wouldn't have mattered. He wants the state to take a fresh look at the rules.
I wanted to fight.
How fucking devastating is it for all these actual cisgender people that are like trans everyone's and they can just never fight against this person? This person probably knew could have been like, and I understand why they went with this person, I get it, but this person was probably like middle of the pack and nobody in wrestling until they went on fucking PEDs and they were like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing something. I can't start looking seconds, basically.
Yeah. I always, in my heart, I feel like I'm a champion.
If anything, all this
What the fuck, dude?
Basically, Hassan gets fame being a progressive and goes, I'm doing well. I'm gonna stick with this ideology. You know what I mean? But what if someone goes just like, somebody was just conservative? Because here's the thing, like I feel like I do my best to try to like I did get into politics because of Jon Stewart, because I listened to what he said and a lot of it made sense, and like that's where I started being like, oh shit, systemic racism exists. I didn't realize these things were so complicated. I didn't just eat these up for like, because I was getting positive affirmation from them. I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. I never thought of it that way. It seems like Hassan has ever had that like critical thought of like, wow, this is incredible. But maybe he has. Maybe I'm just like, it's terrible. Shit. I got like Pangea. Oh, I got alopecia. Anyway, I gotta shake your butt. Anyway, I don't know, maybe I'm just being very cynical, but I just genuinely wonder, because it doesn't seem to be any critical thought here. I usually have bald, I just forgot to cut my hair off, right? So, and now it's too difficult to do with just like my trimmer. So my wife thinks I've been very busy, and I've been very lazy, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's not the point of the joke. It's going to be, and I'm going to tell you right now, the argument is probably going to be, no, it is unnatural to be trans. Because that's how literally, when you argue with fucking transphobes, the only argument they have is relying on what other people also feel about. So yeah, man, they even said in their video, and I said, I wonder if the reason that what they said in their video is that, like, being trans is natural, transitioning isn't. I know that's a hot take, it's a little too nuanced for Hassan to understand. But that's a solid, very intelligent, nuanced point. You know what I mean? I've said before, I wonder if I heard it from them, and then that made me go, oh, good point, or if I just, like, always felt that way. I don't know. It's weird how you think about things. It's almost like the joke stealing from Louis C.K. from that one guy. And Louis was like, I don't think you stole the joke. I think it was more that you heard it, and then, like, you internalized it, and then, like, you said it because you thought it was legit, a new thought, but it, you know what I mean? It's weird how the brain works. About trans people, because it's a normative position to be fucking transphobic. God, that's a good word. It's a normative position to be transphobic. That's everything. It's just like, you're just transphobic because most people are. That's pretty much all it is. Fucking 10-hour. I covered this shit for like 10 fucking hours, and they cut like 30 seconds and go, this is so stupid. Trans people are weird and unnatural. They literally, dude, they cut you saying the exact same thing. This guy's fucking. And then everyone's like, fuck! Fuck yeah! He's so dumb. Is there anything else? Abbott and Preach were the ones that were DMCA for criticizing Christian men. Wait, what? Really? They're actually, I don't know anything about them. So they are actually not bad? What the So now this is an incredible moment for me to see in 4K. Okay,
Hell
so the
yeah.
sun looked at them and called them.
Did you see me rage earlier?
And then he realized they were called out expression fit or misogynistic. And so now
I died. It was horrible.
How to interact with the world anymore. In his mind, he doesn't even understand that like people can have like good takes and bad takes. Like there are people who can be sexist, but also trans affirming or isn't sexist and is transphobic. He doesn't even understand that these things don't exist. To him, it's like all good or all bad.
Okay.
This to me suggests that like Hassan's not grifting. This to me suggests that Hassan
Awesome. I'm glad you got the chance to see that. I forgot what I said at this point.
Like, I'm not, like, listen, yeah, he's kind of dumb, and I don't say that to be like, yeah, I hate his son. I don't like to say these things, but, like, it's true. It's an incredible phenomenon. Like, how did he become so popular? You know what? The reason he became popular is because he is not particularly intelligent. Like, let's be honest. The people who tend to be like pretty smart, they stay in like niche areas. People don't usually identify with somebody who's like a big critical thinker and whatnot, because either they're dumb or they have other things to do in their day, and like that's not what they're trying to do. Most people, like when they look at like entertainment, they're not really trying to look at it in a really deep way. Like, if you just got off your 50-hour fucking a week work shift or whatever, you're probably not gonna sit down and go, let's educate ourselves in socialism. Right? So usually people that are just like really in depth, maybe more intelligent, try to be more critical in their thought process. privilege to be, to really like, sit down and educate yourselves, etc., etc. So it must be people that just like, watch this on, and they're just like, oh, this is just like fart. This is just, it's really simple. What Hassan's saying is like really simple. It doesn't take a lot of thought to understand it, even if it's wrong. And that's it. And I think that's why Hassan's so popular. Yeah, you're right. Hassan's not popular, but
I'm trying to get this farmer right now. There we go.
C-word. Yeah, most people I think hate watch him anyway. I mean, I guess we're doing it right now, but I think most people watch him as like from a meme.
He hates this, but I don't care. I need him.
Good, like I deserved it, and I was racist for saying my C. So they are actually not bad. Oh, but they said my C word. Ban. Like, I deserved it, and I was
Get out of here.
saying cracker.
How do those things play? How do you feel about somebody who like has a similar viewpoint to you and is right in that way, but then like they don't have a similar viewpoint to you in other ways? Like how does your brain like function where with nuance? Like how does it work? Because he just like I don't understand. Like you did, Mr. Like when I have done it probably not, but they were just trying to take a harsh stance against people trying to actively be racist. Yeah, now they're banning it. It's something like it's just like there's no like depth of thought here whatsoever.
Why not? Why is it assuming the argument? Because I made a fucking promise that I wasn't gonna engage with like idiotic, bad faith fucking debates. Okay, that's
The problem with so the problem is anytime Hassan engages in anything, it is an idiotic bad faith debate because like that is what Hassan brings. Not for nothing. That's all he brings it to the table. I mean, like he can't. The thing is like he can't have a good faith debate because he is not in and of himself good faith. He doesn't have reasonable conversations. That's the problem. Yeah, and it's really because he can't get clout out of it. He's the biggest political streamer, and what he's doing right now is helping him maintain an audience and make him money. So he doesn't have to engage with other people. But that's one of the problems. Is like when it comes to professions, I think in most like types of like on internet jobs, like going after what's the pathway to give you the most money, it works perfectly fine. Like if you're a fucking Minecraft YouTuber, the choice of what to do to maintain your fame and money is do I keep playing Minecraft? You know, so it's like you keep playing it even if you don't like it, because maybe if you play Call of Duty instead, people won't watch. So it's perfectly respectable to just do what's making
God
you
damn it.
money.
I need a cart.
Pretty much any field except for in like this like commentary type of thing. You know what I mean? Like in that case, if you're only doing what you feel will get you the most views, you are now paying.
Papa Gut.
Right?
It's a YouTube channel. I like him. You should look it up.
And so like
He's a fat guy.
yeah, you can be big.
But he has a wife, so at least that's something.
Probably because like you have to have critical thought and you have to challenge your own rule set, your moral standard, which I don't even think he has a moral framework, to be honest with you. I think his moral framework is like, I'm popular, you're not, everyone hate farms me.
He's talking about Hassan Piker right now, which is like a stupid guy on YouTube.
That's why. Because I know for a fact that it literally doesn't go into any other area. It just simply is. I will do a thoughtful and fucking 30-minute to 40-minute analysis on what they said, what they got wrong, and then they will turn around and clip something and basically use that as a video opportunity.
Not for nothing.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Andy boy.
One thing is you never do anything thoughtful.
I killed him! Oh my god, what the fuck?
Second of all, have an image. Like here's the thing, when it comes down to the type
Oh
of
man.
do, which is like video.
I mean to kill him. I don't want to kill him.
You can
This has been a weird stream in Minecraft. Weird Minecraft energy. I know. I thought he was okay. Why can't things just be okay in this fucking game?
Don't do that. Like, I political streamers or like commentary streamers, they do what I'm doing now, and it's like they sit down and they're just watching like an hour-long fucking video going through like the ins and outs of anything. So you can't like you can claim that for them, but that's just a safe call. You have they're individuals. Also though, you could just listen to their points on stream on the video.
Okay, there's another boy over here we can use. This is gonna be my villager wife. I'm gonna fucking come get him.
The thing is you're too lazy, and I feel like you probably know that you're wrong, and you just want to maintain what you can say.
Actually,
Because it also makes you look dumb.
fuck this guy.
Especially the way
You don't get to leave.
They criticize Hassan constantly. Like in the Christian Walker conversation, they criticized him wholly because he just doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know how to like.
Now he's good.
Push back.
This is the last one. Because I killed the rest of them.
You have to know what the argument is, understand why they have the perspective, and then you need to work through that. Or that means that, like, if you're somebody who's trans-affirming, you need to understand what it means to be somebody that's not trans-affirming. You need to have empathy. I know this sounds terrible for transphobic people, because you need to know how to get
What a ridiculous Minecraft stream.
So you said, well, you think this, but do you actually, is it actually aligned with you, or is this because you have a bias against trans people? Hassan can't do that. He doesn't have it, he just can't do that. And he doesn't have the ability to do that.
Okay, and that's it. That's the reason why. And it's really fucking annoying, and I don't want to do that. It derails the stream.
It derails the stream. This motherfucker will get up and cook for half an hour while watching other people's videos, but somehow a conversation with Avid Preach or something would now derail his stream.
I'm gonna get that ass, big boy.
It's over for me on that front. Like if you think that that's like me running away from the go ahead.
I really just think you're incredibly lazy.
Future wild card. You are semi-correct. They say transitioning is unnatural, but not being trans. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, that's pretty nuanced. Transition. That's it. Oh, cool. What's your response to that?
You're a Quebecan comedian.
That's it? That was a good point. Being trans is natural. Transitioning is unnatural by definition. That's all he's got. There's no. Where's. Like, he couldn't even be bothered to contest that point. Cool. What does that mean? Dude, he's so fucking. Oh my god, what an embarrassing scenario. What do you mean cool? How that's cool? Contest that argument. Just give us an argument. You couldn't. I think that's why he's not. You know what I mean?
Here, I won't do the bad faith thing and like not even look at their take because you did. Now they're gonna clip that and use that to be like, oh, he didn't even see what we had to say.
They're probably not even gonna respond, but.
So I will at the very least look at what. I love them.
Wow, I wonder if there's more to this video here. That's all I could find. I didn't even do a full reaction. I just wondered.
I'll be back for that villager booty. Eventually. I just gotta make more rails.
I don't think there's a little thing on there. I haven't talked about this in this stream. This is talk to preaching this thing. That's Did he? Hey, Fez. Oh, there's. Yeah, we saw it. He only watched like, I think he watched like 10 seconds of the video.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. I was like, when it comes to Shane Stephen, I don't know why.
You guys go Shank's nephew, that's a derogatory term. So, say it again.
The fucking computer died. Uno momento. por favor.
Popular is because of his uncle, just so you know. I know that Abba and Destiny were
I
friends.
will.
just didn't
I'll go
know
back and look for it.
on here.
He feels
That's a good idea.
I think my suspicion is that I think he's been targeted a lot by a lot of people, justly so in a lot of cases, I imagine. But I think when you get to be that big and you have that much criticism come at you from every direction, I think it must take a huge mental toll.
No, I think he's just really soft.
That's very charitable to me. I respect that.
I think his whole life he's been incredibly pampered, and he's not used to getting much pushback anywhere.
I could be a rage streamer.
He's had like a pretty easy go at almost everything. So
That's true. Destiny, you're part of the problem, by the way. You created Hassan all because you wanted to have sex with him, okay? You wanted to fuck Hassan, and so you're like, I'm gonna platform this guy.
he's got a really hard time, I think, dealing with almost any criticism.
Fair, but you would also agree that he's pretty much grown very quickly.
Yeah, of course.
Right, and I think managing that kind of stuff, like receiving so much, that's like, I think when you go that mainstream, where your proudest moment is playing Among Us with AOC.
There are responses that I can see, but like he goes so much farther. Like this motherfucker will be in like.
I know that Destiny really doesn't like Hassan, and for justifiable reasons, but like I he might be a little biased against Hassan. But I think that's a good point, like getting popular too quickly. And I know people are so annoyed when I see this. Like I did get very popular very quickly on TikTok. I got to 2.5 million in like a year or so. And like if it happens too quick, it can be difficult to operate correctly. Because like sometimes you just don't know. It's so hard to explain. Like that's one of the reasons why I became such a dumb fuck on TikTok. Maybe like a year and a half. I don't know. Anyway, a hot girl's gonna she's a hot girl. Time for me to transition, but it's hard to express like how tough it is to get so popular so quickly. And when you're a small content creator, you can like say things and people don't really notice. When you're a big content creator, everything you say is like completely like, what did you do that for? Why? And it's hard to manage that. So okay, that's fair. I mean, I appreciate that thing. It's actually why like I think my greatest moment was getting banned from TikTok because it allowed me to like become more level-headed. And like I use my failure as a TikToker to navigate my success as a YouTuber, which I think like I'm very slowly becoming successful. So I was very fortunate in that capacity.
YouTube comment sections, like mass downvoting posts with his fan base to get internet criticism removed them. Like he had there was a video that we watched of his from some group called Context, and it was the funniest thing I've seen in my life. Because he's talking about how he had the original idea to combine games and politics, and he built everything on Twitch from the ground up. It was funny listening to it, it's so weird. And I know
Destiny did that.
Initially, I think we watched a video stream, and I'm sure some of my fans showed up in that video to make comments. Like he went through afterwards on his Discord and on Twitter, and like was having people like mass downvote or thumbs down or not dislike comments that were showing up, so that they wouldn't be there anymore. And he'll do that like on Reddit as well, where he'll have people go through. There sometimes like a bad post will show up by them, like public freak out, and he'll go through that Reddit post on stream, and he'll have his like fans mass downvote stuff. So he doesn't have to see any criticism. It's like unreal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's complex, not complex.
Yeah, I think context. I think
I will after the stream.
I think his situation is hard. I don't think he can keep going the way he's going.
It was probably like 30 minutes ago or
I
something.
think he's eventually gonna blow up.
Yeah. I love this. Yeah. But I will say one thing. What the fuck was I gonna say? Fuck me in the ass, brother. Oh yeah. Well, this wouldn't have happened. This wouldn't have happened if Hassan didn't take the exclusivity contract. Honestly, like in the pursuit of as much money as possible. Despite the fact that Hassan was already making a lot of money, he decided to align himself heavily with Twitch and put this like stress on him. I think that in general, streaming for 8 to 10 hours a day is already very frustrating and stressful. But think about doing that when you do so much like political work. Like, I think that the average individual only has like 45 minutes of being able to engage in a particular topic before they burn out. Now, obviously, when that's what you do all day, it's easier to engage critically in there. But I feel like it's very difficult to do that. And so, like, I know he plays video games too, but like, you really shouldn't be putting that. Like, I feel like you need to be as fresh as possible. As much as possible when you decide to do like a commentary type content. You really can't just stream for 8 hours a day doing as much commentary as possible. You put these ridiculous stressors on him, and then of course doing that also misaligns with his like socialist ideology, especially since he's working like he's like an exclusivity contract with Twitch, which is a subsidiary of Amazon. I know people are like, oh well, that's like we've already heard it before. It's still a thing. And so like not only is him doing that and adding additional mental stressors, but it also goes generally against what like his core values are. Is it obligated on his part to stream 10 hours? It's his obligation to stream a certain number of hours a week, I think. I heard Asmagul talk about it because Asmagul was offered an exclusive thing with Twitch as well, and Asmagul's like, fuck that, I want my freedom, which I respect. So it requires you to stream a particular amount per week, I think. It might be like 40 hours for all the fuck I know, you know?
I'm here for it.
And then it makes it so like if you have to maintain, you know, if you want to get another contract from Twitch, for all we know, in that contract it might say like you need to maintain a certain amount of traction, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
For the man's blow up.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the
I mean, hey, if it leads to a moment like catharsis where
I think we're very close to Hassan's blow up, to be absolutely honest with you. I think we're very close to Hassan's blow up. And the reason I know that is because I'm a fucking nobody that Hassan regularly responds to. And I don't understand why. Because I'm a fucking nobody with like, I have 175,000 followers and I get like 10,000 views a video, but Hassan feels compelled to respond to like to what I'm saying in the most meltdown mode. Like he's never said anything intelligent. He's looked at the videos that I made previously about him, just the fact that they exist. Which ones were like, I disagree with your UBI, or like, you know, shit like that, or I disagree with your defund the police narrative. I think reform the police is better. And like he's like hate farm and he's just a fucking meltdown, right? That's his whole take. Or like I'm fat and bald, which is true and it's funny, but it's just like there's nothing intelligent about it. You know, at least call me fat and bald and then make a point about my content. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ethan sees over Hassan. I agree. You know, I think that Ethan. I actually I thought that the leftovers thing was the worst moment in Ethan's life, or just from a credibility perspective. I think that Ethan looked at Hassan as somebody who was credible. And kind of just went with what Hassan thought, which I understand. I can't give Ethan a lot of shit for that. I give Ethan a lot of shit, but I have to try to be as fair as possible. Like, when it comes to, like, Destiny, for instance, like, I think I do a similar thing to Destiny. I like to think I think a little more critically about what Destiny's saying. But, like, I'll tend to listen to what he says, and, like, that is an intellectual, authoritative figure to me, in the same way that Hassan was probably for Ethan. His leftovers coming back, that would be such a bad idea. Yikes. But I like Ethan, especially with the Will Smith thing. Like, he went against what his audience would generally believe, so I mean, I respect him. I don't think that he's like a grifter, so, you know, I tend to respect Ethan.
that happens. I think it's always good.
But I just want to say, so I don't think he'll be ever. But yeah, I
You don't think so? You don't think so?
No, absolutely not. No, I blow up.
I get it. I mean, you guys got a long history together, so I guess for you it's far more personal. For me, when I heard him say, like, I'm a transphobe or whatever, I kind of cringed and just laughed a little bit. But, I don't know. I think with online content creators, especially ones that grow really quickly, I know me being 31 and like having to handle it, I'm pretty good at it. I understand how to keep my distance from certain things and not be too involved.
Wait, Ethan was over Hassan on yesterday's live. Only his producer didn't really seem to care about him. Can you send me that clip?
Of the response from millions of people, but I can tell he's not managing it well. So I think for him, it's just like it's inevitable that he's going to blow up. But if you're hoping for it to be just
coming for this villager's cunt now.
Response, I guess. I don't know.
It's interesting because Hassan's a grown man and we're treating him like a fucking baby right now. Like, Ab is giving him so much of the benefit of the doubt. I respect it. I'm just saying. Like, I think, like, he's like fucking 30. Like, you know, you're beyond. You know what I'm saying?
I think.
You hope I go on H3 sometime? Bro, Ethan's been sick for a few days. I hope he's doing well. You could have had me replace one of the fucking streams, bro. Alright, would have blown up. For me, if compared to my views, it would have been done terribly for your views. But
maybe it's because of the fact that I've seen how like insidious and a lot of this online stuff is. And,
Hassan was sending his fans to harass Ethan to get him to do the our place thing. Oh my god.
I think for you, it might be
the dude's like sick as fuck. He's like, oh, I just punch myself in the balls and drop my ring on my balls.
A little bit different because you seem to handle it a lot better than most people. But you would agree that your response to a lot of the following and all that stuff is very unique, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so I am slightly sympathetic to content creators, online people, or just people who are really well known, who don't seem to manage it really well. Because I do think that for most human beings, it's not easy to manage. It's not. I wouldn't think it's very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
It's very difficult, one. And two, oftentimes there's very little empathy from the public because they don't understand it because they don't have to deal with it on a macro scale. Like
Yeah, of course.
And so I think generally I tend to be a little bit empathetic towards the content
You
creators.
trap him
Even if I'm just,
perfectly.
like, me personally, I find Hassan super corny. I think he's one of those like SJW types who thinks they're fighting for minorities who like don't identify with him at all. You know, like I was kind of super cringe when I hear like
I love that we're talking about like progressive racism a lot more in it lately. It's so funny.
these SJW types like kind of say all this stuff.
No.
I just know like minorities don't look at you and think like, oh, we want you to fight on our behalf. They cringe at you, you know. And so that's how I look at him.
Oh my god, dude, you don't even. I super hate Hassan, by the way, so I'm just obviously you know that. You said I dislike, I don't dislike him, I hate him.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
So just to be clear that one of the funniest things this motherfucker ever said, because it's really important when you're like very woke, very SJW, that you can always speak for like.
I'm not gonna hurt him.
Even though you never ever have these people as your friends, because they're usually too poor and they don't live in the cool places you want to go to.
That's true.
I remember that when it was like Bernie season, one of the funniest fucking things this guy said.
Why do you hate me, guys?
When I go to my gym, have you ever heard of Equinox?
I live in a district that's
Fuck
most likely
you.
going to either vote for Biden or vote for Elizabeth Warren. Okay, a lot of rich white gays here, a lot of rich white cis gays here. They all and I go to establishments like Equinox where I
I'm
like to
literally
measure
trapping
the way
all
I
of
go.
you.
I like to measure the reaction that I get. You know who fucking stops me? No matter where I go, without a doubt. You know who fucking stops me? It's not the beautifully sculpted cis gay men, overwhelmingly white at the Equinox gym. When they see me wearing
They made a baby. I don't care.
it's the janitors. It's the cleaning people. Almost all of them Latino. They always stop me and they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna vote for Bernie. We're gonna vote for Bernie."
Okay.
It's the fucking working class people.
What's his point? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so expect like $300, $400 month job. He's like, when I go to Equinox, none of the white people that work out there, none of those guys like Bernie Sanders. But when I talk to Hispanic people when I'm leaving, they're all big Bernie fans or whatever. And that shit was just the funny shit in the fucking world. Let me fucking oh shit, dude. I don't know.
What's interesting with the Hispanic people that I've talked about politics with, they just don't give a shit about politics. Like I used to, I worked with a lot of Hispanic people at my old job, and they were always just like, yeah, they would be like, I don't like Trump. But they wouldn't really say a fucking thing. Latinos voted for Trump in majority. Is that true, or is it like human people? I don't know if that's necessarily true what you're saying. But anyway, most of them just don't give a fuck about politics. Most people don't really give a fuck about politics. It was the hot topic though, because Donald Trump is obviously very divisive and raised a lot of questions and stuff. Most of them were just like, I don't like Trump, and Biden's okay, I guess. That was pretty much it. They also didn't really like Hillary, but they still felt that Hillary was better than Trump. So.
Good.
He's a guy. He's a character. Oh, the janitor, I think he said, yeah.
I remember it was like 2014. No, it was like 2012. I used to have like dance practice at the university, so I'd go there, in like one of the open art section, and
I can't believe they let Hispanic people be janitors at a whites-only fitness club. This just seems weird, right? What the fuck, bro? What happened to segregation? What happened to the good old days? Well, we didn't have to look at Hispanic people ever. Just kidding. You know what is weird, though? A lot of Hispanic people work at pizzerias. I just found it weird. Like, a lot of pizzeria I go to, and like, there's...
We did it!
In the front, and then Hispanic people make all the food, and I just found it weird.
We did it, finally.
Hispanic people have been the most racist group of people.
That's how the Joel hole is sometimes.
I'm sorry. That's just my experience. That anecdote might just be not true, but I'm just saying, it's just so fucking crazy to me.
this is the first time I ever even.
At least you did something I wanted
And
to
they're
do.
like, they don't even care. Like I had Italian friends that be like, bro, you're super fucking racist. Like, yup. Like, it's just funny. I know it's fucked up. Like they don't. It's like it's hard to think of explain. They don't hate like fucking Hispanic people, but they just don't. They don't care about being like they'll say the racist shit to Hispanic people, and then the Hispanic people will just say racist shit back, and it's funny. It's a funny thing. It's like they don't hate Hispanic people. They just have like those biases. But then like the Hispanic people in the work, there were a lot of like fucking Italian people and Hispanic people and a couple black people. They would always just be racist to each other, like as like a fun joke. It was just like I guess it was very cathartic for them to be able to do it in like a good faith scenario. Isn't that fucking weird?
Because if you didn't go to school, and at the time it wasn't that like relevant, nobody really knew about a lot of the social justice type topics. And so I would see these people, and like the stereotype of the colored hair and all that stuff was hilarious to me, and I was hearing what they were talking about. And I remember just constantly like seeing the demographics of these groups traditionally,
Yeah.
and it was like exclusively white men and white women, but a lot of white women.
Whoa, bro, you cannot say that they were men and women because you don't really know what they identify as.
Perfect.
With like weird looks to their fat faces, and there may be like one or two minorities sprinkled in there. But I always thought it was funny because I always felt like their dialogue was so disconnected from the people they were trying to represent. Like you gave the example of the Hispanic and stuff like that. Like Hispanic voter turnout is like turning more and more right-wing
Conservative, yeah.
every year, right? I even talk to them sometimes, and I talk to like these folks.
I wonder why that is. I know that like Hispanic people tend to be, well, even the Hispanic people I've talked to, they weren't like super progressive. They were just like moderate, arguably moderate conservative. Like in my experience, not super in with gay people. A lot of them were like what do you call it? They're not first generation. They were just like they just like immigrated to America, and they're really just trying to work, and they don't really necessarily care about those issues. You know what I mean? So.
Folks who don't want to fight for black folks and all this other stuff. I'm like, how do you feel about their views on homosexuality?
Yeah, it gets real uncomfortable.
And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you don't know this?
Well, the most racist Bernie fans, when Bernie lost and he got like 2% of the black vote, that was the closest a lot of these people ever got to fucking saying the N-word. These low information voters, they just don't understand what's good for them. Oh man, were they fucking mad during some of those primaries. Holy shit.
Yeah, because of the disconnect, right? Like intellectually, they see like the policies that Bernie has, and they're like, well, it would be a huge benefit to the black folks. But it's like you don't understand like the community and how like voting actually works and who influences that. You don't understand like the power of the church in a lot of these areas and how that like influences voter turnout. You don't understand like just the more social policies that a lot of these people adopt.
Well, that's not, you gotta show me some destiny. You gotta go right there.
Personal lives, how they feel about a lot of things. They just don't know. So that's why I cringe at a lot of these like left-leaning types who don't seem to have any connection to the communities that they're saying they're defending. Because I'm like, one, you don't speak for them. They don't feel identified by you. So two, it just feels like, like you're using them as a shield to be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah. And three... And it's also, it's like, oh, I know what's better for you because I'm fucking smarter than you. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, why didn't you vote for Bernie Sanders, you dumb fucking black person? You know what I mean? It's like, I know better for you. Bernie would be better for you. And I like Bernie.
Why do you do this to me, game?
I like what his policies try to correct. I just don't think that they are the best policy for that correction. Like, I like the concept of a universal healthcare system that provides healthcare, a public option, but I also like maintaining a private option, which isn't something that, like, Sanders is for. Like, that's the way it is.
They're actually repulsed because you're the exact type of person that...
Hassan almost cried on stream yesterday because Destiny took over his dog.
You know what?
Did he really? That's funny. That's very funny.
They don't want us to. So I just think it's funny that these people always talk about like taking care of minorities and saying minorities and protecting them.
I think this game has to chill with like fucking with me.
What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah.
Colleges are getting crazy these days.
Yeah. So the reason why you call me transphobe is because I said transition is unnatural. I said, like, well, gender story, all this stuff, obviously very natural. Well, transition is unnatural. Is that a strange statement? I didn't even think that was controversial.
No, yeah, he's really stupid. He said a lot of really stupid things about trans stuff. He just doesn't know much about it. It's just kind of like the position of the big frame because he's like the woke mayor or whatever shit.
Yeah, I find the whole discussion around transport so confusing for me sometimes because people are like transport.
Well, at least he won't fucking get out of the minecart.
It's not what you identify. Like, I don't know why they keep saying stuff like that. And you said something I thought that
I'm
was
glad I
really
filmed the game fucking with me, so I know I'm not crazy anymore.
What fuels the church because they see these folks fighting so hard for something that's clearly wrong. And they see that like in disingenuous ways. And so it makes you question their integrity in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There we go.
You say, when I just saw you vehemently defend that the sky is orange, and then do so in the most manipulative and slimy ways possible, and at the expense of everyone. It's like, and I have to fight that instinct all the time. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like tribalistic instinct where if you say one thing that's wrong, I don't throw your entire shit out the window. You get me?
Yeah, and that's kind of some of the arguments that they've been making. Like, that's always one of the things I stress. So, like, we're going to argue for things, and we have to like maintain some grasp on reality. Otherwise, people are going to look at everything you say as crazy. But people are kind of like tossing everything out the window now. Yeah. We need to.
I'm not gonna lie, you know.
What?
This one you're probably not gonna agree with me at all.
Well, yeah, let's go for it.
I had that exact same instinct. I don't even know if it's true. I didn't research it. I haven't bothered to look into it. But when they said they weren't letting black folks on trains in Ukraine, I was like, man, fuck them niggas. And,
What do you mean by that?
hey, I said that. I said fuck them. I said that.
He's just like, they all die, so like, that's Jesus.
Man, Russia take over, which is absolutely ignorant, right? But I can tell you this, that I, along with a lot of black folks, went, yeah, choo-choo, nuclear war. Hey, man, they should have let us on the trains. Fuck them. That's how a lot of folks felt. And I understand that instinct. I 100% understand it. But, again, I didn't really research it that deep.
That's honestly how I feel every time I go to Taco Bell, and it's usually Hispanic people, and they just fuck up my tacos. I'm just like, you know what, fuck DACA. You know what I mean? It's like, how does it happen every single time I go to Taco Bell? Every single time I go to Taco Bell. And, like, I don't know why, but Hispanic people tend to, I mean, maybe it's because I go to the Taco Bells and, like, the Hispanic areas, I don't really know. Maybe they're doing it because I'm fucking white. I don't know, maybe I deserve it, I don't know. I'll go there.
I needed the farmer so he could fucking farm my crops so I don't have
like
to.
lettuce. It's probably why I'm so obese, but I just, like, I want this without this on it. And, yeah, my order
And
is
I'm
like a
gonna
fucking
do that so
suggestion.
it won't fucking
It's
go
like,
all the
why
way
is
back.
like, listen, I understand messing up sometimes. Like, you know, you find a tomato in your quesadilla every once in a while. It is what it is. But I'm at a point now where when I go to
Fuck
Taco
you.
Bell, all I fucking
I
order
wonder
are
what the
chicken
deal is up
quesadillas
here.
and Chipotle chicken grillers. Because, like, you just, you would think that you can't fuck that up. Okay? You'd think that you can't fuck that up. But then they just don't give me it. Then it's like, okay, here's your quesadillas. But then, like, instead of 2 or 3
This
Chipotle
is how we're
chicken
gonna
grillers,
do things from now on.
we're gonna give you like some fucking random thing off the menu that's just full of tomatoes and the other thing, and the salad. What is it? Lettuce. I said it before. And it's like, dude, you can't even pick the lettuce out because they don't put lettuce on your food. They mix it into your food. Like I didn't ask for this. Okay. They want me to eat healthy? I don't want to eat healthy sometimes. Okay? I never want to eat healthy. I've been trying to because I know I'll die, but, like, I don't care. What the fuck do I have to live for? I want to diss my wife and then I'm going to die. Okay? I don't give a shit. I fucking hate everything. I don't want to die. I don't want to put that in the energy. The energy to the world. I gotta put my gem bracelet on just so that the universe doesn't think I'm being serious. There we go. Look at that. A little dainty. A little sussy.
Okay. Forgot what I was doing
man,
for a second,
that's how I
but
feel.
I remembered, unfortunately.
That's why I want to build a wall. Because you guys can't get my fucking order right at the Taco Bell. And we have to understand that's obviously a joke, so, like, please, stop trying to fucking shut the fuck up, pussy. If you had a meltdown about that joke, you can suck my balls.
There we go.
What do you mean? Are you just saying that like those people were probably like freeloaders and not like Ukrainian citizens trying to be refugees, or what do you mean? I'm trying to understand.
Well, all I know about the reports and what I was seeing on CNN and a bunch of the news channels, well, they weren't letting black folks on the trains.
Okay, I don't know where that comes from. Because usually the conservative attack was that there was, oh, hold on, you're not talking about actual black people, are you? You're just.
Yeah, I'm talking about black people.
Oh, you are talking about black people.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
You're not letting us on the trains?
Yeah, Travis.
Keep hating your life then. Work
Yeah.
life.
He's saying fuck Ukraine for not like. Wait, hold on. Can you give me this thing again? Hold on.
Okay,
Start over. Yeah, hold on. I'm confused now.
Yeah. So essentially, they wouldn't let. Remember when they were doing trains evacuate from Ukraine?
Yes, yeah. I suppose the reports were that they weren't letting some black people on trains. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Even at the border, the Ukrainian border patrol would not let black folks get into Poland. Though despite the fact that
Oh yeah, Poland is fucking horribly racist, bro. Let me tell you something. Like, I know a lot of Polish people, and like none of them are racist. It's incredible. Like, I have Polish family. My wife's Polish, so and her family's Polish. So they're all racist.
I'm actually gonna start saving my materials
Like,
too.
I had somebody
God
who
fucking
worked
damn it.
with me. He was a Polish guy, and I think his parents were from Poland, and he would regularly go back and forth. And I never knew this until I talked to him, and he was just like, "Yeah, people in Poland are horribly racist." I think he told me, if I'm remembering correctly, that they implemented a system of like benefits to have more kids in Poland, just so that they wouldn't have like a lot of black people in Poland. Okay. So yeah, I mean, they can be kind of racist. A lot of white people are racist as shit. I mean, a lot of people in general are incredibly racist. But interesting anecdote, I suppose. Based Poland. Yeah, I'm actually, by the way, I'm moving to Poland.
looks like some of them did actually get to Poland, were well received and they were well treated by the Polish people there.
And he was talking about how his uncle was racist and shit, or his grandfather. But take that with a grain of salt, because that might be misremembering some stuff. But I'm pretty sure that's what he told me.
the border control for Ukraine was like being apparently killed.
Yeah.
Can't confirm or deny, but it just seemed like all the news reports confirmed this. And so that was a thing for a while. And I'm saying, when I read that shit, I was like, fuck Ukraine. That's like the initial response that I had.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sure.
And everyone was like, oh man, fucking, what about nuclear wars? I'm like, bang, they should let us on. It's like, it was so basic and primitive like that. And a lot of people had that take, so that's what I was saying. Is that more clear now?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, what say you to that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's dumb. I mean, I can empathize with you, sure.
Go on, please expand on the dumbness.
I think I think that's pretty much it about Hassan. The rest of the conversations with some chilling and chatting.
Hearing on, like, oh yeah, like, we got his income, guys, we're taking out his job. It's like, okay, well, you know what, if you get by a fucking car, like, you know?
Yeah.
I think you can push a lot of people to say a lot worse with a lot less, okay? Slow the fuck down, you know? But,
Yeah, I think, I think that's... I'm going to watch this clip.
Dude, one of the funniest clips I've ever seen in my life happened kind of recently, where there was a, there's a black guy on a panel talking to an Asian dude, and the black guy was like...
Absolutely right. Do you believe that you have a different relationship with the social and political systems in society based on who you are? You are a white, I'm assuming middle-class Asian American. White presenting, I should say.
I'm white presenting?
Wait, what are you presenting, Asian?
What the heck?
Let me rephrase that.
Can you look at me right now?
It's getting a little bit woke here. It's getting a little too woke here. Like, I think what he's trying to say is that you benefit from some form of white privilege as an Asian person.
Hell
But isn't that
yes.
just like a weird, dumb fucking thing? This is why say that? Like, whoa.
Look at him go.
Like, you probably, I don't know what the context is, you probably didn't even need to talk about him being his skin color really at all necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I don't understand.
I can simplify that for you. If that upset.
Don't you understand that you have a different engagement with the criminal justice system? And the guy's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, because you're white. And then he was like, white presenting, I mean? A white presenting Asian guy? It's like, bro, what are you saying right now?
Like, he might have a different, like, the general Asian experience in America with the criminal justice system is probably different from the general black experience, of course, but the way to, like, tarnish your point.
Hell yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, but he get the pass to do that.
Yeah, well, I guess, like, he got away with it, obviously, I guess, but that's just...
He didn't get away with it. That's normal. Bro, that's not getting away with it. That's normal.
Okay, listen, you can't call an Asian dude white when you're black, okay?
I mean, you're Latino, and we call you white.
Okay, but I look white as fuck. I get away with being white, okay?
Well, hey, listen. You said we can't say that, but I'm telling you, we can. I know because I got this character creation screen, bro. I can see my stat. I can say that. I can look at the Asian person as far as the criminal justice system goes.
I think he's trying to comment about his attire and his backfiring. Yeah, like it should. Yeah, for sure.
I can look at the you're white.
Listen, like, if you can't make a nuanced point, well, then you shouldn't be trying to make nuanced points. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. We don't think we really need to go too much into this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the main reason why, like, whenever guys tell me, like, oh, I only want to date young women, and the reason why I can't is I can't listen to them talk. So for me personally,
Yeah.
This guy used to be a farmer, but he turned into a fucking shepherd. Why? I don't know. It is what it is, though.
Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon Twitch subs.
I got
if
this
you'd like to
guy
support
now.
this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
Hi guys, check out this out right here. What'd you do?
Tell me how you did it.
Yeah, get a little closer.
That's insane.
That's a different car.
That's the same car. Yeah, that's before, that's after.
Oh, that's awesome. Make it new with new finish.
You know, a lot of times it's the instillment of values of, like, good parents that's a part of it. To, like, make you want to work hard even if you may not necessarily need to. But also, it's like, how realistic is your effort going to be? Like, if I put a ton of effort into a thing, what's the practicality that I will be able to get more out of that thing? When you have more money and you tend to be, you know, richer and whatnot, you tend to, like, have more capacity to put, like, and have more hope that it will turn out better if you put more energy into your thing. So I was talking about before, like, if we gave people apartments, like, how would we make sure that they didn't, like, they would still want to work harder? My biggest concern was that, like, you would tell them that they would lose access to their apartments or something, for instance, if they made too much money. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to clarify that.
The life of luxury from because of who your parents are, and yet you still want more. That a lot of people strive for that, except they don't even have like, their needs.
I'd say if you pull all celebrity children, yeah, there's a lot of celebrity children who
work hard, and yeah, sure, the majority don't. I would say the majority don't want more things.
Yeah, and they shouldn't die, is my point.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. Like, their parents worked hard, they no longer have to.
And like, not everybody has to go for the moon. I mean, we still need low skilled labor.
That's fine. If they don't want to work hard, that's fine. What I'm simply stating is that there's plenty of people. Like, you got fucking kids, their parents are teachers in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? They're making like 28 grand a fucking year. They have to do Uber on top of that. Like, that child should not be in a worse situation overall. Like, that child should be taken care of. That parent should be taken care of. There should be fucking housing.
Are they being taken care of?
No.
There are people who are living under a bridge. They can't afford food. Like,
They're living.
Well, I mean, like, you're talking about underpaid teachers in other states. Like, yeah, first of all, UBI, I agree, great for that. But yeah, like, it's a weird take to be like, yeah, well, those 20, I mean, like, teachers should make enough to live and not have to work on a job. Why would you want the person who's in charge of making sure that your child becomes intelligent, who has a massive impact on their growth, why would you be comfortable with them also having to work another job on top of that? Like, it's not like a weird thing. That'll just take away from their ability to teach. It's going to overload, like, their general stress capacity. Everybody has a general stress capacity. You know, we're all a bucket. We're all a bucket of water, and all the stressors of life are water. And everybody's bucket has a hole in it. And the bigger your hole, the more you're able to reduce your stress. But not everybody has the same stress hole reduction. So you don't want to pour too much stress into that bucket. You know.
They're living like these things are in New York, fucking park that no heat. They just run a fucking space heater.
Yeah, and if fucking park out.
Well, at least they were 18 almost people. You know what I mean? At least they weren't anybody important. I'm sorry, that's a terrible insensitive joke.
People, I can pick up people that you think are benchmark for someone who's doing everything right, who's like doing what they're supposed to. Whatever that means. You can find enough people, and they still got fucked because this is a brutal country. Even for people who are essentially doing everything right.
Yeah, plenty of people who work super fucking hard. Most people, I would say, even that work super fucking hard, are never going to get above. They're never going to actually fucking reach financial security. Not because they haven't worked hard enough or smart enough, but simply because they're fucking spawn point. Like, they were born into they were born into an immigrant family, or they were born overseas and then their parents had to come here illegally and offer a better life for them, but they haven't been able to reach that financial security. That budget shortfall is built into their existence. There's nothing you can do about it. And
I will say one thing. I do wish people from a more conservative perspective would just say how they feel. I don't know exactly how Christian Walker feels, but if you're a conservative and you're like against some of these different things, like against some of these like welfare programs and safety nets, if you just said, I really just don't care about poor people, I think that they're losers, I would accept that as a logically consistent answer, even though I disagree. But a lot of times people tend to dance around the like, I just don't care about homeless people because they're losers. I disagree with that statement, but like, just say it. Just say, I think less of people who are homeless or poor. Just fucking say it. If you're too afraid to diminish people, which you should be, then maybe your overall ideology is not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe like saying fuck poor people is dumb. But they won't just say fuck poor people. Just say fuck poor people. At this point. Just be honest about it. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, reality is like, look, I come from a relatively affluent background. You come from a very affluent background. This is not something that you've probably encountered, but being poor, and especially when I was living on my own, being poor is very expensive. I had to fucking...
I'm gonna scoop up this plate too. Might as well.
We're gonna eat like expired chicken. You know what I mean? I lived in a fucking kitchen of a frat house. Not to say that like I made it to everyone else can or whatever the fuck. And I still have a fuckload of advantage in comparison to most other people that are in similar circumstances. I feel like... I mean, like... Okay, let's keep going. But I know for a fact that, like, there are so many people who aren't able to get that leg up, that aren't able to...
Ha!
Like,
We did it.
I just feel like this is the same type of poor as a poor person experiences. Like, he was talking about his experiences of not having a ton of resources when he was in college for a bit. And then he got an internship at the Young Turks because his uncle got him a job. And, like, I don't know. It's just weird to hear Hassan try to identify with poverty. Okay, whatever.
Ever reach any sort of point beyond financial insolvency because they had to fucking, they're saddled with debt.
Yeah, I don't think that he has like a good understanding of being poor. You know, like I don't think he's ever had a truly poor. I mean, he's always been sort of known. So, like even me, like I could talk about like I used to be, I was with somebody who had an autoimmune disease. They couldn't work. They had like a lot of struggles. They wouldn't go on like any type of welfare program. It was really rough, and I worked a job. I was still lived at home, so it wasn't super bad. But like I was hemorrhaging money every week, and like we would just consume a lot of fast food because it's a very complicated issue to get into because there's like a lot of. I'm not going to go into like my relationship drama. And like even that's not the general poor experience because I still had enough money to have a car. You know what I'm saying? I you get what I'm saying here? And like, especially if you're like, oh, I couldn't get enough protein in for after your workouts. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Is that what he's talking about?
Know for a fact that like there are so many people who aren't able to get that leg up, that aren't able to ever reach any sort of point beyond financial insolvency because they had the fucking sort of fire chicken, crazy shit to be able to like get this amount of protein that I need to fucking consume after working out. Like, I mean,
yeah, like the fact, like no offense, but like working out in and of itself is a first world thing. Like not like first world, but like if you're able to go to the gym and work out, you have time in your day to work out. And like have to consume more food than the average person, like then you're not really in like a dire strength situation. You know what I'm saying? And like it just seems like a little bit weird. Especially since the protein powder is super cheap per gram of protein, So now you're eating expired chicken, so that's really bad for you. But you get my point.
Similar circumstances. But I know for a fact that like there are so many people who aren't able to get that leg up, that aren't able to ever reach any sort of point beyond financial insolvency because they had to fucking they're saddled with debt. So in college, they're saddled with debt because they're a shitty parent, like Felix mentioned. They're saddled with debt because medicine. That's the most insane. They're saddled with debt because they just they don't have healthcare.
Be healthy, bitch.
And now they're fucked with our system. That's insane. That's a bullshit system. That's not the wealthiest country on the planet. That's the worst country. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I do think we don't talk enough about like how unhealthy people eat, which is part of the government problem because they don't really advocate for better food. Like I feel like the FDA, fast food is poison, and they let you eat it in such a great. But part of that's cultural as well. You're eating poison. We're less active because of computers. There's no real good incentivization to work more or to work out and stuff like that. We don't really instill that in our kids at a young age. So.
See how much we have.
But it would be a lot cheaper to implement free healthcare or universal healthcare if people weren't so fucking unhealthy. I'm one of them. I get it, but you know what I'm saying.
Could afford to do for our citizens, and yet we refuse to do so. It's bullshit. Also, yeah, the idea that like welfare makes people lazy is just ridiculous. It's been disproven time and time again.
I feel like it's just not been disproven time and time again. I feel like that's just a weird. It's a very bizarre thing. So it depends on the kind of thing. I don't think that everybody on welfare is lazy. I think that there's a lot of people who are on welfare that work really hard to maintain themselves, but it depends on the kind of welfare you have. I mean, especially if you're born into welfare, it gives you bizarre expectations, and there are a lot of people who know how to play the system. I'm not saying everybody on welfare is lazy at all. I just feel like if you were able to go on a system, and this is one of the problems I have with the system. If they gave you money, I mean, everybody gets lazier overall, honestly, in the United States. Well, just in general, because technology makes people lazy. Like, back in the day, things were just harder. Everybody technically gets lazier. Like, back in the day, if you wanted to, fucking pull concrete out of the ground, you'd have to use a pickaxe and whatnot. Now you can use, a fucking, whatever that bullshit is called. Everybody gets generally lazier. But if you're on a particular program that allows you to, to live off of that program, that requires you so you don't have to work as much, it's going to make you lazier, I guess. I don't really care. Everybody gets lazier. But I feel like it's just a weird thing to bring up.
Yeah, no, you haven't.
It's okay.
Okay. That was fun. I like that conversation. It's interesting because I'm looking up the poor people that makes you lazy argument. So what they said was that most notably, I'm reading into the welfare thing. Most notably, a 2015 meta study of cash programs in poor countries.
Where are you going, guys?
Cash transfer programs discourage work. So that's not good enough evidence to say that welfare doesn't make you lazy. Here's why. It's pain time, right? So if you give somebody who grew up working,
he's running.
You have parent number one. Right, we're just going to say parent number one. If this person's really struggling, and during their growth, they had no, and this seems to be what the study is based on, they had no financial incentives or any type of program to utilize, like some kind of social safety net, and you give them a welfare program, they still maintain their
this is wild.
Their values. They keep their values, right? They keep their values. When you have parent the kid number one, the values, that looks like a W. So they maintain their values, right? We're going to put a little check mark there. Maybe I shouldn't use values, but anyway. Then you have a parent, the next person. So that's their kid, right?
There we go.
Access to the welfare, so they don't have to develop the same values as the other person. So that value level, where we'll use it up here. The value level is up here. It's a 5. We'll call it value level 5. Well, this value level might be
thought you could escape.
They have dependency on the welfare. They don't have to worry as much, which is a generally good thing. Then you have their kid, and they're still living off of welfare. So like they still have their value. So like they'll have value level 3 potentially. So their values are going to shift around like the necessity to work and the fear of not having to work. Now I understand people shouldn't be in fear and not be able to live. Like I'm for a universal basic income, but I think it's like weird to suggest that robust welfare systems don't generally make people lazy, especially the people who are on it generationally. Like right now, if I lost my job and I had to go on like some kind of welfare program or like unemployment or whatever, I would be ashamed to an extent. I'd be kind of ashamed, so I want to go out and get a job and use my skill set. People who, maybe generation number 1 isn't able to find a job, and they're able to ride the welfare system, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that we have welfare, because overall it's a positive experience. It's still money going into the economy. Well, their kid's not going to have as much, they're not going to worry as much about getting a job, so they're not going to be as incentivized to get. You don't understand what I'm saying? So, I think generationally, welfare does make people lazy. Sure, it doesn't mean we should get rid of welfare. I just don't like the idea welfare doesn't make, because it's like commonsensically it does. And the studies that you're referencing are studies that suggest when we gave poor countries that had hardworking values money, it didn't immediately cause them to become lazy. It's like, what a fucking hot take. It's like, okay, but we're not talking about it like a one instance thing. Obviously people that grow up with different fears, if you don't have to grow up with a fear of if you're on welfare and you don't have the fear of not being able to eat, obviously you're going to be a little lazier. That's still a good thing, right? Again, we're all lazier. I'm sitting in my house right now working from a computer. I don't have to go to work because technology. Everybody's getting lazier because technology. I just don't like the general prescription of it doesn't make people lazier. I think it does. It makes people dependent. Yeah. And I don't think our welfare necessarily breeds dependence or independence, especially the way that we operate in our welfare, especially in poor areas. I don't think it breeds enough opportunity in poor areas. It kind of just keeps you in a place. Either way, that was a pretty good video. That was nice to see that. It's nice to see somebody disagree with some of the things he said. It's nice to see him talk to somebody. I wish he would have talked to somebody a little bit more educated on social issues. It seems like Hassan kind of stays away from that, which is a little disappointing. Maybe somebody a little bit more, I don't know, somebody maybe not the Hassans and the Ethan Klans of the world aren't the greatest people to push back against what you have to say. But it was still a pretty good faith conversation, so I thought that was great.
Try our spicy Cajun chicken sub with sliced, grilled Cajun seasoned chicken breast. House-made
You're not
Cajun
going
mayo
anywhere,
and
buddy.
jalapenos, all on a toasted sub roll. Only at Firehouse Subs. Click the banner to order pickup or delivery.
All right. Oh my God, this is an emergency broadcast. Please, everybody, this is a national emergency. This is not a test. This is not a drill. We are under attack. Our rights are under attack. Free speech is under attack. Fair use is under attack. This is a serious message with peace and love. Peace and love. This is not a drill. Our very rights, our right to exist on YouTube, is under attack by Ryan Kavanaugh. This is the third lawsuit against me by an elite Hollywood executive merely for exercising my free speech, my right to have an opinion, to simply read articles. He's seeking to destroy me, to deplatform me, to bankrupt me. This is not a drill. Yes, my friends, this is an emergency broadcast of the H3 podcast. And I've got a lot to say here today, so buckle up, guys. As you can see, we've made some modifications to Ryan. I feel he's transcended into his final form, let's say. He's taken his human skin off and he's become Satan.
The literal devil.
Now the actual devil. This is a serious moment. Our rights are under attack. The very essence of free speech is under attack, people. This is very serious. Why do I have this? We'll get into that. We'll get into everything. All right. We were supposed to have a families reunion today, but we're delaying families to next week. I'm sorry to everyone who's excited to see my parents, but this is important, and I feel like we need to address this now at the top of the show. Yes, thank you. Thank you. First of all, thank you to everyone who's here, who's supporting us. This is very serious, to be honest. As much as we joke and try to make goofs and laughs out of this, it is a extremely serious situation. We do have sponsors. Thank you to HelloFresh and ExpressVPN.
This emergency is brought to you by...
Yeah.
That was some serious shit.
Thank you, Elo. And you know what? I want to say a huge thank you to our members who continue to support us and the channel.
Let's go, members. Come on.
You guys make a huge difference around here.
Come on.
Members get episodes a day early, the pre-recorded, and also BTS. Special BTS every week by AB.
Live performance by BTS.
That's not true. We don't offer that, Dan. Or do we? Be a member and find out.
Sign up and find out.
Something called BTS. Alright, on the real though, let's talk about this. So, Ryan Kavanaugh has filed his third lawsuit against me. We're applauding that. He filed it yesterday. He made a press release. He did all... He's gone on record and said all kinds of crazy shit. And, I was extremely worried last night. I'm not going to lie, because what's different about this one is that he hired this guy named, this lawyer named, what's his name? I have it in here somewhere.
Douche McGillicuddy, I believe is his name.
Douche McGillicuddy?
Yep.
But I guess somebody erased it.
It's Douche McGillicuddy.
Oh, Thomas Clare. So this guy...
Oh, I'm sorry.
So this guy, Thomas Clare, is one of the country's most... He's like one of these big-time lawyers that specializes in defamation. And you don't
This
hire...
is my first rodeo.
You don't hire this guy unless you're going to war. This is like an $800 per hour lawyer who's like just comes in squeaking his cock and just he's like, I'm here to fuck your life up.
Let's go.
So it's different in that regard. It feels way more serious and scary. But I finally got the complaint this morning, and it's all about Ponzi. Is it in here? Do we have the new complaint in here?
Did you put it? You're the only one who has it.
I emailed it to you guys.
Oh, I'll let it right now.
Yeah, so it's all about the Ponzi scheme, which when I saw it, I was like, this is weird. He's mad that I've kept reading this article that was published by Variety. Actually, you guys need to show... Hold on. You guys need to show... Oh, never mind. That's good. You can't really see the Variety.
Hell yeah.
Variety made this article.
Now we can make fucking farmer children.
This article. And it's like, dude,
I'm
just reading Variety's article. Like... How is that fucking defamation now? Do you know what I'm saying? Free speech is literally under attack. I can't read an article published by Variety. He says the article itself is defamatory. So it's like, okay,
I'm tired though. Good night, my
I'll show you guys the complaint.
Right.
But anyway, the thing is, he's been